Okay, wow, I need a different background now because I don't feel like the pink is jiving with my hair. But anyway, welcome to another video. As you can see, I dyed my hair purple yesterday and I am all about it. I really love it. And today we are going to be doing a first impression with my Viseart Dark Matte Palette. I bought this during the Sephora sale when they had 20% off, and this palette was somehow on sale for $64, so $64 down from $80, and then plus the 20% discount, I got this for like $52 or something like that. So what I want to do first is I want to swatch this, and because I haven't even touched this, I haven't opened it, I haven't done anything to it, I've been waiting. So it looks like this. It's got some very nice dark fall shades, so I'm going to swatch these like I always do. So I'll just be going by rows, going this way, and then we will see how they do. And just feeling them, they feel extremely soft. So my first impression on these swatches would be that the shades are extremely buttery and they feel really nice to the touch. I also think that they're not going to be the kind of shadows that are like super pigmented upon first application, because I found that I have to kind of like drag my finger back and forth to get like a really nice smooth pigment. So these are probably going to be very nicely buildable, so I'm excited about that. And also just like the color story is more on the muted side, and the only thing I wish with this palette was that yes, there might be two purples, but the purples are like so similar in tone that you can't really use one as your crease color and then one to deepen up your crease. So it is going to be a little bit restricting on which kind of looks that you can do with this on its own. I feel like it's more of a palette that you want to use with other palettes. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet for today's look, but I'm excited to try out this formula. I'll try to use like 3 or 4 shades. I'm not sure I'll be able to use more than that, but I'll see what I can do. So I'm going to start off by priming my eyes, and I'm going to use my MAC Paint Pot as always. I have the shade Soft Ochre. And I'm going to use my nude colored eyeshadow from Urban Decay just to set this, which I like to do that in my first impressions because I feel like most people who watch these videos probably do set their eyeshadow base. I'd love to know, do you guys set your eyeshadow primers or do you leave it tacky? Because it seems to be becoming a trend now to not set your primer, and I've been enjoying not setting it when I do certain looks. So I probably am going to start like not setting my bases often, because I do feel like the pigment is usually stronger when you don't. I mean, depending on the brand and the kind of shadows that you use, but let me know down below what you prefer to do. So I think I want to start off by working with the warm tones today, so I'm going to go in with this orange shade as my transition shade. And there's quite a bit of kick up and powder coming out of the shadows. I'll show you the palette up close if you can see that. And the orange is pretty powdery. And the shadow feels very smooth and blendable. And it just feels like butter, like it feels good on my eyelid, which is kind of weird to say about an eyeshadow, but I really like the way that this blends out and applies. And as I expected, you kind of have to build these up to the pigmentation that you want. You're not going to be able to just get that from one swipe on the eye like you do with like just say the Subculture palette or something. So these are very easy to work with. Like this is me tapping into the shade once, twice, 3 times. So this is putting on 4 layers of the shadow to get it to where I like it. And I honestly don't mind that. I like shadows that are buildable as long as they can build up. So next I'm going to dip into the red that's right next to it, this one. And I'll be doing the same thing, mostly focusing it more on the outer corner and lower in the crease. And this shade actually seems to be more pigmented than the orange did, at least upon first application. Yeah, the shade is really nice. Blends out really well. And this was just one tap into the shadows, so that's good. Next, I think I want to take this purple here This is more of a warm tone purple, whereas this is more cool tone, so I'm taking a warm tone one. And I'll just be using that to really deepen up the outer corner. This seems to be another one of those shades that you need to dip into quite a few times to get enough pigment, but it also seems to blend out really nicely. I'm just switching to a smaller brush so I can get a little bit more precision on this outer corner here. And this is my Morphe M321 brush. And I'm just kind of stamping this on right where I want it. And I'm just making sure everything is blended again with the blending brush. For my lid, I want to go in with a pink, so I'm going to go with my Violett Voss Rainbow palette. I love this palette. This is an all shimmery palette, so it goes well with an all matte palette. And I'm going to dip into this pink shade. I'll be spraying my brush and I'm putting this on my lid using my Morphe M224 brush. I'll just be stamping this on. So I don't want this to be too precise. I don't want it to look like I did a cut crease or anything like that. For my lower lash line, I'm just going back in with that orange shade. And I'm also taking a little bit of the purple, just connecting it with the outer corner and bringing it down on the lower lash line. And for my inner corner, I'm going to use my Kat Von D. I think this is called the Alchemist palette, but it's all faded on the back and I got this from a friend of mine. So I'm going to dip into this shade right here, which is a pink duochrome, and I'll be putting that in my inner corner. And I love duochromes in my inner corner so much. I think it just makes the look so pretty. And I really need to switch out this background. I do not like how the lighting hits me in this. I need to see what I can find for my next video. Anyway, I'm going to put on some liquid liner, and this is the one from DHC Cosmetics that I always use. For my waterline, I'm going to use this pink by Wet n Wild. It is called Shock Therapy. That's a fun name. And then I'm going to put on some mascara. For lips, I think I want to use a lipstick I haven't used on my channel before, and this is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Mascara in the shade Romantic, and it's just a very bright neon pink, and I love it. So here's the finished look. What are my thoughts about the palette? Honestly, my thoughts on this are exactly what I thought they would be. The formula is really nice and soft and smooth and blendable, and I feel like this palette in particular, I will probably reach for more if I only need like one matte in my crease for doing like simpler looks, because if you need multiple mattes to like build up a crease, it's a little bit hard to get that with this palette just because of the depth of the shades in it. But it's a really nice palette, and I think it's going to be great for fall. I can't wait to pair this with other palettes for more dark looks, and I think it's going to be a great staple to have in my collection. I'm excited that I bought it. Do I think it's worth the money? Formula wise, yes. For the shades, I'm not so sure because a lot of them are kind of similar. So if I knew how similar they were before I picked it up, I might not have picked it up, but I still really like it so far. So can't wait to keep playing with this. Let me know if there are any certain videos that you want to see me do with this. Obviously, I can do a 3 looks 1 palette, but I don't really want to be doing just like 3 all matte looks. So if I do a video like that, I would have to be allowed to kind of bring in other palettes too, which I feel like would take away from the whole point of only using one palette. But let me know down below if that's something that you want to see. Also, if you have any of these Viseart palettes, let me know what you think of them, and if you think I should pick up any of the other ones, maybe the Editorial Brides. It's been on my wish list for so long and I still really want to get it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to my channel, I hope you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!